Good morning, Savannah. I'm Johanna Faustine from Seaport Real Estate Group. Joining me this morning is Dave from the Summers Group at NFM Lending. Good morning, Dave. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Joanna. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Today we are going to be discussing the VA home loan and its benefits for our service members. Dave here is a VA loan specialist, and I myself am a spouse here at Hunter Army Airfield. We have helped many clients, both active duty and retired military, use their VA home loan to purchase here in the greater Savannah area. And today we're going to dive into what the VA loan is and its incredible benefits, as well as answer some frequently asked questions that we encounter on a daily basis. So, Dave, tell us, how would one know if they are eligible for the VA loan?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's a really good place to start, too. We have active duty members, all different branches of the military. We have retired veterans. We have disabled veterans. The best place to start is you're going to want to obtain what's called a certificate of eligibility. For a lender, it's like the blueprint of what we're going to be able to work with on how you qualify for a VA loan. If you don't know how to get your hands on a certificate of eligibility, just reach out to us. We can do that for you through the VA directly. And that's going to give us the entitlement amount, which is important when calculating how much we can actually have you qualify for with a 0% down payment. And it's going to tell us some other exemptions, if any, when it comes to what's called a funding fee, which we can get into later. But yeah, that's a good place to start. Certificate of eligibility.
Excellent. And I think, the big question is, what are the advantages of using your VA loan?
Yeah, I think everyone pretty much has an idea that the big one is the 0% down payment. In this day and age, there's a lot going on in the market. You have to be prepared to where you're not putting all your money down on a house to where you have nothing left over. So VA allows you to finance 100% of what you're purchasing upon your eligibility. So 0% down is going to be very impactful. If you ever run into a situation where you need to potentially offer a higher price and you're worried it may not appraise, having some money left over can help you bridge the gap in case we have a low value. Some of the other advantages are going to be no mortgage insurance. I can't tell you how many people are telling me like, hey, I got to put 20% down, right? You do if you're going to avoid mortgage insurance, unless it's VA. VA does not have mortgage insurance, which means that as a non-active duty member, my payment's going to be a lot higher than someone who's VA eligible for the same price because they're not paying that extra mortgage insurance. So that's a huge plus.
Yes, absolutely. Many excellent advantages. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that in the market we have now. Yes. So going into my next question, which I guess also is an advantage, is something we don't get often, but I think it is important, is if you do have a bankruptcy or a foreclosure on a VA loan, how does that affect you?
Yeah, so there's something called a waiting period. Things happen, life happens. You're not able to make the mortgage payment on a home before, so you go through foreclosure. Maybe you haven't owned a home, you have a bankruptcy, whether it's Chapter 7, Chapter 13. But these waiting periods for VA, as an advantage, they're more limited than some of your other options that you'll hear about, like conventional mortgages. Those take 4 years. You have to wait before you can qualify if you had a foreclosure. VA is only 2 years. On a Chapter 7, VA is 2 years. And then on a Chapter 13, just 1 year. As long as you have excellent payment history with your bankruptcy attorney on the Chapter 13, you will likely still qualify for VA.
Excellent.
Good question.
Yeah, great information. Thank you. And then that kind of ties us into our last question is, we get this often, very often, especially now with people having investment properties and things, but can you use your VA loan more than once?
Yeah, I would say probably the biggest misnomer in VA is that it's a one and done. That is not the truth. You have different entitlements, which again falls back on your certificate of eligibility. One is the basic entitlement. So you're going to use that on your first time use. So you now own a house. It now has a VA loan. Let's say you're in a position to qualify without selling that home first. You don't necessarily have to sell and restore that entitlement back to just do another house 0% down, because you have what's called bonus entitlement. So from that certificate of eligibility, if you've already used it, as a lender, we're going to look at what's been charged and we're going to calculate how much you can qualify for on your next home. So you can have two at the same time, which is amazing considering the advantages already offered through VA.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Dave, for being here this morning and just giving this great information to our service members. Please, if you or anyone you know has questions regarding the VA loan, please shoot me a text or an email. I will leave my contact information in the caption below. Also, if you're planning a PCS here to Hunter Army Airfield or to Fort Stewart, Georgia, please reach out. We'd love to help you explore your options and answer any questions you may have. Thank you. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.